Hello friends, this is a video for January 2024. I will talk about several significant celestial events, but let me first remind you that I do not deal with classical astrology, but with personal development, as it is called today. We can say with self-knowledge. In recent years, I have also been dealing with collective development through mundane astrology. And in my videos, I often convey some of my knowledge that is not closely related to astrology. Maybe many of you know this, but I did not say it for a long time. I used to repeat it before. So now I'm saying for those who are maybe new at my channel. Then I also want to say that YouTube has been reducing my videos my views for the past few months. But nothing terrible is happening indeed. Just I want to warn you that if something happened with my channel, we can be in contact through my website. It is symbolicthinking.net. Then there I would have some information or videos I would see. But I hope everything will be fine here also. Then I would also like to say that I can't speak completely openly here. That's why some things I say in a special way and you need to guess what I'm saying. It is because the artificial intelligence records everything that we say and everything that we think and we are, if we are in front of computer or mobile phone, on maybe now even anywhere, So they know everything about us. If we are healthy or not, about our blood pressure, about our thoughts, and so on and so on. So sometimes I'm trying to speak in a way that is not really clear. So, on the 11th of January is a new moon in Capricorn, and on the 25th of January is a full moon in Leo. From the important transits, let's mention that the Sun is in Capricorn until the 20th, then it's in Aquarius. Mercury is retrograde only on the 1st of January, and after that is direct in Sagittarius, which is good for us. Better when it's direct, of course. But wait, because it will be in the shadow for a few days in January. So it's still not time to buy things, to do things in a big way. It needs to pass through its shadow. I did not check the date, but perhaps first 10 days in January. Let's wait with big things, with big shopping, big deals, important contracts and so. Then Venus is in Sagittarius until the 23rd, then it's in Capricorn. Mars is until the 4th in Sagittarius, then in Capricorn. Jupiter is still in Taurus, Saturn in Pisces, Uranus retrograde in Taurus, but from the 27th direct, in the same sign of course. Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto in Capricorn, and from the 22nd, Pluto is again in Aquarius as it was there last year. Now will be longer period in Aquarius this year. From important aspects, I would mention that in January 2024, there are many trines in Earth signs between the planets that are in Capricorn and in Taurus, which is fantastic, and I will mention that also later. So January 11 is the new moon in Capricorn and at the 20th degree. The new moon creates a pattern for the next 6 months, maybe we can say even for 1 year. But the most important period is from the new moon until the full moon, which lasts 6 months. With the new moon in Capricorn, a new 6-month cycle begins for Capricorns. And it's of particular importance for those who have planets from the 15th to the 25th degree of Capricorn. Let's say it like that. I can tell you that there are many harmonious aspects at the day of this new moon. So it's time for Capricorn people to be active. There will be new opportunities definitely for them in various areas of life. Maybe time for investment, for love relationship, positive change concerning children and things like that. Capricorns will do also many things in secret in this time, these 6 months, but that's quite fine. Then on the 25th of January is a full moon in Leo, which completes the 6-month cycle for Leos. if they are ready to jump into new challenges related to work or future career or their status in the society, then they have nothing to worry about. But if they are not ready for this, they can be quite frustrated, like afraid that time is passing by and they didn't do anything, you know. Ready or not, some sort of drama will definitely follow this period, because Leos will simply feel that something ends. Then on the January the 20th is a very special thing will happen, you know, it is quite special day. At that day, at the 29th degree of Capricorn, the Sun and Pluto meets. And this degree in astrology is called an erratic degree. An erratic degree can be defined as the culmination, or let's say the final point that one planet can reach, or that can be reached by anyhow in one astrological sign, and it is the preparation for the next sign. In this case, this is the peak of Capricorn and the transition to the sign of Aquarius. The 29th degree of each sign carries something that is like destinated, you know, it's connected with destiny. That's something that cannot be avoided. It looks like that. Because the energy has accumulated so much that is already entering the point of crisis. Since Capricorn is the sign of government, authority, law, and all of those who belong to ruling structures, not only in one country, but on the world level, so above the states, so these are these pyramidal ruling structures, then we know what is this about, you know, if we understand Capricorn in this way. After this degree, on the 22nd of January, Pluto and the Sun will together go into the sign of Aquarius. We will see the energy of Aquarius more, but they are not together. When they enter Aquarius, there is the difference between them of 1 degree. And this is extremely significant. Aquarius, as we know, symbolizes people or some communities of people. This is the symbol of social structures, some social issues, and so on. And we are preparing for this shift. So Pluto has ruled for several millennia in his plutocratic way. Let me remind you that I recorded videos. One is plutocracy and the other is technocracy, where I explained the way how Pluto ruled and what plutocratic structures want to do now through technocratic system. However, the way how Pluto rules now through these pyramids that we now have started at the end of 18th century. And now, after 250 years, Pluto here is losing its power. So when the Pluto enters Aquarius later, we have 2 options. Let me remind you this. Then I will go back to the 29th degree of Capricorn. So what do we have with Aquarius? We have 2 possibilities, that we can be in technocratic robotic system, or we can create life through communities in the society that is human, where will be place for everybody. I always emphasize that the energy of Aquarius can be robotization and transhuman man, and on the other side can be free man who is equal to everyone, and also this second solution would be the end of colonies in the world, or the end of all colonizers. The first thing is negatively integrated Aquarius energy. The second thing is positively integrated Aquarius energy. So the first is this technocratic robotic system is actually living through the shadow of the Aquarius sign, and its shadow is horrible as any other shadow. And this another that I said is the positive integration. This is the best of Aquarius sign that we can have and live through. So now I want to explain what this particular symbolism is of the Sun and Pluto in the conjunction in the last degree of Capricorn. This conjunction is not so significant in the life of individuals, but its symbolism is significant for the events on the collective level. When a planet makes a conjunction with the Sun, it starts new cycle. So now with this begins new cycle of Pluto, which will last until January 21st, 2025. So we have 1 year to deal with this energy. Unfortunately, so this year 2024 is the year where this old Capricornian system is still in place. This symbolism is similar to the symbolism of great conjunctions that happened in Capricorn in 2020. First we had 3 conjunctions in Capricorn, which were horrible, and then suddenly there was a conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius in the end of the year, which was like the herald of the new time and new organization of the world and new human communities. Just now is interesting that we have this symbolism in 2 days. Is it because the time is shorter and shorter, or why? I don't know. So Pluto in this conjunction speaks of the struggle for power. The old rulers are guided by the slogan, now or never, or they have the idea that they must succeed or die. They are very, very aware of the temporariness and the shortness of their worldly existence. There is a constant, very nagging anxiety about the fact that time is running out and that opportunities are slipping away for them. So their lives can be now a whole series of last-minute efforts with the aim of self-preservation. But regardless of their power, they fall behind in time. 29th degree of Capricorn is very combative, but the bow is sent far, but also falls. So they can't reach anything basically now anymore, but they will try. However, it is important to know that in mundane astrology there is a struggle for authority between Capricorn and Aquarius. It's not just like that, we are waiting for Aquarius, everything will be fine. No, first we explain the shadow of the Aquarius. Then let's explain these similarities between Capricorn and Aquarius, which is somehow constantly measured between them, because they both can rule in a bad way. Why? Because the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn, and old ruler of Aquarius is also Saturn, Just there is different form of rulership. When Capricorn rules through individuals that are on the top of the political hierarchy, through presidents or prime ministers and so. Aquarius rules through groups and organizations, like non-government organizations and crazy things like that, or through corporations. There are some indications that in the Neolithic time, in the past, no one ruled and people lived through the archetype of Aquarius also, where everybody was more or less the same. In some Neolithic cultures, they did not even find any guns, or not guns, but just some arms to fight. They even did not fight. So in our time, now we have competing of 2 ideologies. They are both trying to maintain superiority by oppressing those who refuse to listen to them. So negatively integrated Aquarius archetype can be the same dictatorial as Capricorn, and also can take freedom from people. The true symbol is this, as I said, is of this Aquarian rulership are corporations. As the order of Capricorn crumbles, the new order of Aquarius takes shape, and it is happening now with the great speed, but it can also be destructive for a man. So this conjunction symbolizes a critical point that will mark the whole year through the sign of Capricorn. Still we are in the Capricorn, but these Aquarians are ready there to jump and to do the same terrible thing. But there is also the third force, and the third force are people. People also have power. They cannot do anything without people. So Pluto in Aquarius can give enormous power to people, just they need to be aware of their power. If not, they are left with the corporation and the interest group that will torture them with the digital technologies and so on. This transition actually to this digital world actually started and is deeply critical because their digitalization also implies the destruction of books, documents, legal records, and so on. Anything that is not entered into their quantum computer no longer exists. That's what they are preparing. That can be also video-owning property of everybody, They can delete everybody's property or every person even if they want with one click. So this digitalization is very, very dangerous for us. In this connection, I also want to mention the unfortunate events that happened in Prague in the end of the year 2023. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm sorry, but I cannot say exactly here. Some people will know. I would like first to say, let's just not judge anybody, because such events are programmed. Today it's not a problem to program almost everybody. They practice this kind of programming people for many decades in America. Now just they have a new technology for that. The days when such things are done are also chosen in order to lower the frequency of people, and also because of some other reasons that I'm not going to mention. Places or institutions are also chosen. Such events also are used for specific purposes later on. Let me tell you that, for example, in Serbia, something similar happened in the elite school in the year 2023. And right after that, people were called to surrender their weapons. And that's very important because in the south of Serbia, in the region that is called Kosovo and Metohija, there is the largest American base, this military base in Europe, and they want to occupy this country by NATO that is preparing. Furthermore, those people who were, I want to say that there were people who were gathering around this unfortunate event. They made the movement of it, and also almost like a political party now, or I don't know exactly what. And they are now influencing the voluntary occupation of the country by NATO. Are they doing this consciously or subconsciously? I don't know, but they're doing it, So this is all because of that unfortunate event. This is how the whole thing is created. When we are talking about such destructive programmed actions, let's also think about the Twin Towers that they decomponated on the 11th of September 2001 in New York, and after that the torture started because they are like protecting people from some terrorism, and since then they are torturing us on the airports and doing many other things. So if they can do that, they can do similar things. Think of that, please. It's very important for us to know where do we live in. However, I'm not going to talk only about these scary things. There are also quite nice trines in the Earth sign, as we mentioned, in January, which is fascinating. So the Sun is in Capricorn, some other planets also, and we have Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus. You remember that we were talking about Earth trines in September also. Now we also have them. Trines with Jupiter can bring happy circumstances, great knowledge, important moments of self-knowledge for spiritual people, God's protection, and so on. And trines with Uranus can indicate harmonious changes, perhaps unexpected, very sudden, but harmonious. I will tell you some days when those trines will happen. The first trine is happening on the 9th of January. It will be between Sun and Uranus. Sun in Capricorn, trining Uranus in Taurus. Fantastic day for new beginnings and great shifts if you need them in your job or in any area of life. Then on the 12th of January, Mars will trine Jupiter in Taurus, which is fantastic for action, for learning, maybe even traveling. Then on the 19th of January, Mercury will make a trine with Jupiter, which is great for knowledge, for contracts, for business, for doing exams, if you want to establish your own school, for example, learn things, teach others, you know, make some deals. It's very, very good day for planned trips and things like that. Then we also have at the end of the month 3 trines in earth signs, but they're kind of tricky because in those days Uranus will be stationary direct. So when Uranus is stationary direct, things are very confusing, you know, and turning around, and it's very high speed. So these days I would not recommend as the beginning of something, but you can use them if you want to shift something, if you want to make a great change and you're not afraid of it. So on the 28th, Mercury will be trine with Uranus. It is extremely mental energy, very, very high speed of energy. Extremely many thoughts and ideas are coming with this. Fantastic for writing or for dealing anyhow with mental energy. Then on the 28th, Venus is trining Jupiter. You know, usually this trine is good for marriage or for new relationships and, you know, new, even business also, but not with Uranus stationary, only if you want to risk. Then Mars will trine Uranus on the 29th of January, which is like the storm energy. You know, if you want to make somebody scared of your power, you can use this day, you know. It's very sudden, it's very strong, it's a very direct day. Of course, these trines are important for the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo, but also very important for water signs because they will sextile water signs that are Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, and I wish you good luck. Then Venus is in Sagittarius until the 23rd and in Capricorn, Mars is Sagittarius until the 4th and in Capricorn. So with this Capricorn, Venus and Mars in political sphere, there are going to be some negotiations, but still struggles continue, fights continue. Uranus is retrograde, as we said, from the 27th, that day stationary retrograde, be careful of the 27th. I think that now at the end of January, Uranus will not change anything significantly in the field of economy, energy sources, banks, and so, but later in February definitely will start changing. Of course, on the 22nd, Pluto is back in Aquarius, as we mentioned. I talk about that in many of my videos, so I'm not going to talk more now. I recommend you to see my video for the year 2024. The name of this video is Bash Chelik and the Dragon Fight. I described there many trends for the next year or this year. And I said something also about Pluto, and of course Pluto you will find in many other videos. An incredible year is in front of us. Many unexpected twists and turns will happen. Our perspective will change many times during this year, so let's be surprised. You will maybe remember that I said back in 2021, I think in my video that has a name or the title Let It Burn, I said that the year 2004 is going to be the year when people will scream. And of course, according to Chinese calendar, this is the year of the wooden dragon. It starts on the 10th of February, and the dragon is that who shouts or roars, breaks everything around and so on. And I will record also soon a video about Chinese New Year, and I will talk about Feng Shui remedies for this year also. At the end, I want to say that a lot of people have asked me if 2024 will be the year of encounters with extraterrestrials. I mentioned it in my video, The Dragon Fight, for the 2024. I'm even invited to go to the conference about this, but I don't have anything to say really, except that I know that Uranus and Aquarius indicate expansion into cosmos. Things are happening, of course. Most probably that is why those crazy people who rule the world are talking about hologram attacks by aliens. Because maybe some contacts have to be revealed now. So the insane rulers that are the shadow themselves, they will never be light, remember that. They imitate life. That's why they are shadow, because they don't live life, they imitate it. And they, when they know that something is coming, then they imitate it, you know, in a way. Or if it is happening, they also imitate it. And if it's coming in the future, they somehow imitate it. So that's maybe why this hologramic attack of extraterrestrials is something that they talk about, because it is really time to say something about these contacts. I think that Eastern countries like Russia, China, and some other will not want to play hologram Martians attack, and that nothing will happen with this. And that I'm more prone to that, to think that we will find some secrets about extraterrestrials during this year. So that's all for now. You will find all of the contacts and recommended videos under this video on YouTube. Feel free to schedule personal consultations with me if you want. Just keep in mind that I'm dealing with astrological psychology, spiritual astrology, with Feng Shui, that I have a method, the change of the code, the change of the perception. So this is what I offer. This method can help us to change our programs, or to change something that give us pain or give us troubles, and we don't want it anymore in our lives. If you like this video, like it, share it. Thank you very much for that. At the end, I wish you happiness, love. I wish you true knowledge and everything the best that exists. And see you soon.